So the recording's now started for the YouTube as well. All the content that I've made, whether it's FM or F1, has been uploaded. So nothing's backdated in terms of needing an upload. If no traction control becomes too hard for this season, I might change the racing line to just braking only. We could try that. A reminder, because this is 2012, it's the old layout of Albert Park, which requires this sharp right-hand turn in second. You should be able to hear the game. I'm actually going to up the audio of the game a little bit for you guys. So I'll move that to minus 18.5. So you should be able to hear that. So, and that should be good. We got the new game coming out Tuesday, by the way, and yes, I will have it. Well, I mean, it technically goes public Friday, but the pre-orders get it on Tuesday, and yes, I will have it on Tuesday, and yes, we will stream it both, I believe, Tuesday and Thursday, and then Friday as well. Wednesday, I'll be at the football, of course. So, my Trading Academy class is over. So, my Tuesdays and Thursdays freed up again. So, that was good. It was a good class. I'm ready. Whoa! That is no traction control there. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. No. Go back. Replay. Yep, come on. There we go. Just have to be careful on the power coming out of these turns. It has to really be a roll onto the power. We'll see how our teammate does. We stopped the development of the car late last season so that we could develop this year's car. So we'll see how that's affected Senna. Hopefully the car is even more competitive than it was last season. We won the Constructors on the final race of the season. I would like to not leave it that late this season, but I also want to make sure Senna is good enough, or the car is good enough for him to be competitive again. He finished with a much-needed 20 on points, I think, like 25 points, 24 points, somewhere around there. And that was enough. Whoa! I was gonna make sure that the volume is okay. I think I'm just gonna up the F1 volume 2 more decibels to minus 16.5, and I'm at minus 1, and the music's at minus 37.5, so I think that should be good.
Your fastest in this session so far.
So, no traction control is going to be really interesting. Especially at the next track, Sepang. It's going to be brutal. Sepang is just so unforgiving. Just normally. It's just a very unforgiving track. Just that cambered left-hand turn to start sector 3 just can be brutal on the rears of the car. And then obviously you have that, I want to say it's 4 and 5, the left-right combo at the end of Sector 1 that can just really test the grip of the car. Car always wants to understeer there for some reason. And that double right-hander is also a little difficult. Because the car wants to constantly kick a little bit too wide on the exit. And all of that is stuff you got to be really aware of and careful of. I need to move off this, back to this. Back to that. So I've got, I believe, I've got this race, Sepang. I have Shanghai and I believe Bahrain on the schedule. And that's in between the release of F124 coming next week. So sorry. So we still do plan on finishing F112. I have F113 installed. When we finish 12, we'll move on to 13. And we'll eventually get through 13, I think. Move on to 14 and keep going. Getting a nice tow from Grosjean. We'll see if that helps our lap time. It's a little bit.
For all three sectors.
I'm getting a little bit of frame loss. Not a ton. Not a terrible amount. I could probably close Discord and that might help the frame rate a little. I'll do that at the end of this lap. So, having a nice weekend so far. Took my, I should say Thursday, I took my parents out to lunch after I bought a brand new car. My parents took me out today. Also to celebrate my dad. We got him a gift card to a restaurant. Ooh, a little too much on the brake there. And we haven't gotten a chance to use it yet, so today was the day. Help my mom around the house in the morning as well, so productive day. Tomorrow I'm going to plan to be live around 2. We'll play some more F1. We'll kick into CLGFC. It'll be a longer portion of CLGFC. So if you're looking forward to that, a little bit tonight, obviously, but definitely more tomorrow. I meant to do something during the pause, and I can't remember what I meant to do. Close Discord. That's what I meant to do, is close Discord. So hold on, let me go to Discord. Let me close Discord, thank you. Control-Alt-Delete, go to Task Manager, let's see our resources. Right now we're fine. Um, so. Danger. So let me get back to F1. With a broken heart.
Bruno's in third.
Bruno's in third. Ooh. Ahead of Raikkonen, right behind Alonso in the Ferrari. So Ferrari might be back. And honestly, Senna might be strong. We'll see. The Ferrari wasn't terribly too strong last season. Whoa! That was a loss of FPS there. And what do you call it? Well, Vettel's in fourth now. Red Bull were really bad last year. Last season, comparative to obviously previously. That might be a lockup, but we didn't go full pressure on the brake. We broke early for that. All over the place here. I think I know why, and I think it's because I put Twitch. Hold on. I should minimize the Firefox tab. That might be next. I'm playing music through it, so I'm not going to wind up. It's not going to be a case of actually closing it. But I have less tabs open this time. So.
Your first sector time is good. You're dropping off dramatically in the last two sectors.
God, that turn 2 was right on the edge. Car feels okay. It's a little loose. Looser than what I'm used to. Probably over accelerated into that turn, but still got away with it. So. Oh, that felt good. And, oh yeah, it's a little loose there. Like I have to remind myself not to full power it, because I'm so used to it. Even on medium traction control, you can get away with that. on off, you can't. Pick was trying to stay out of racing line. I appreciate the effort. Oh, just full on fuck the bollard. How to love me. I love. Come alive. I want to show you how to love me. Oh, there we go.
little off the pace in all sectors.
A little bit off the pace in all sectors. Yep, I know. It's just about getting used to not having traction control. And then eventually it'll be about how to shave the pace down. Shave the time down, I should say, get the pace up. The frame skips aren't helping. I wonder if it's I wonder actually if it's Windows, because I had to update Windows literally right before I launched, and there were still updates available to install, but they're not installed. I have 2 driver updates that are no, I don't want to go back. Delivery optimization. This is, I don't know what the fuck this is. Anyway, okay, it's fine. I think it's fine at least. Let me go back into F1. Because sometimes it installs an update and it's actually like a 2 or 3 parter. But that does not seem to be the case this time, thankfully. I'll get the driver updates today. We are going to do some watch parties on the weekends for the Euros. So that's upcoming. Look forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. Obviously Saturdays and Sundays.
You're quick through sector 1, but you're losing a lot of time in sector 2.
Whoa, way overshot. I'm having really big frame skips through that section.
Bruno's currently in
5th. Mercedes is 2nd. McLaren is 4th. Ferrari's 3rd. Ferrari might be back this season. I broke way too early. Whoa. Whoa.
You're losing a lot of time in sectors 1 and 3. Sector 2 is good.
I don't know why it's that first sector there. Turns 3 through whenever the end of the sector is. That might cost me there. That definitely will. This is probably not going to be purple. Oh, it is 131.816, and there's definitely improvement in the lap. There's definitely time in the lap. Rhythm and spirit. Rhythm. Oh man, I got like a frog in my throat. Oh jeez. Let me get some water. Sorry. Give me a minute. All right. I didn't get it all out, but still. It is what it is. Should settle down throughout the night.
Bruno's currently in fifth.
Bruno's in sixth, so car's not looking like it's a top 2 car, but if we can keep up the same consistency we had last season, we should be fine. In terms of his points and him challenging for top 10. Whoa, 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 whoa! Could have been a disaster.
Good, but you're dropping a lot in sector 3.
Yeah, no shit, I'm dropping a lot in sector 3. I almost lost a car. Pick, you gotta move, mate. Ugh. Monto's still third. Of course, free practice means nothing. But still, it's an early look at what might be competitive in this final season of F1 2012. Hoping we can be. We'll probably take an aggressive R&D path. Given it's the last season. So. Tires are still there a little bit. Let's see. Almost overshot the corner, but we still made it.
Bruno's currently in fifth.
Oh, good. Bruno's moved up to fifth. Schumacher just moved up to second, though, so now Bruno's back in sixth.
You could probably improve your times in all sectors.
Thanks, Jeff. Cheers, Jeff. I don't know, Jeff. Unbelievable, Jeff. There we go. I was coughing, and then the turn came up. Love this track, though. By the way, absolutely love Albert Park. Albert Park is exactly how a street circuit should be. That was some serious frame skippage. I don't know what's causing it. Let me see performance, by the way. The GPU is not that hot. It's at 72. I could turn the fan on. Give me a sec. Let me hit this fan real quick. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. So I got one on me now and one on the laptop. So that should lower the temperature. Yeah, that should lower the temp. That should be fine. All right, let me get back into it now. Oh, let me lower that. I'm looking at CPU usage, and I do get spikes. I think that's the problem. But I have no idea where these spikes are originating from. So, oh, nope. That's what I meant to minimize that. Okay, cool. F11. We don't have long left in this stint. I just overshot the turn. Oh. The other thing I have to deal with now is some tire grain because they are starting to get a little worn. Oh. That's not certainly going to help them. Whew. I anticipate us not having many laps left on these tires, maybe 4, maybe 5 actually. I cooked it. I waited too late to kick back left, wound up cooking the turn. Locking a tire for a brief second there. All right. That felt good. It might not be purple though, and it won't be. Half a second off. That was a really good late break. Trying to drive this car on the limit this lap. There we go. (31.1). There we go. There's still a little bit of time in that lap, but that felt really good. That felt like the best lap we've done yet, and it has been reflected on the leaderboard, thankfully. Can't believe we're purple still. That felt okay. 130.1, almost a whole second quicker. Finally, we found the lap. Oh, sorry. that felt good, but that definitely felt like we were right on the edge the whole time. I would say 2 more laps. Get 21 laps in and call it a stint. We only really have the fuel for 2 more anyway. Here we go. That felt really good.
You're nearly out of fuel, almost out of fuel. You need to pit within the next 2 laps.
That might have ruined it for us. We might have saved just enough. We'll see. Rears are really shot. 129s, 129.764. Always bet on me around Albert Park, mate. That is just a phenomenal lap. Probably going to run out of fuel here in sector 3. One zero now. Lift and coast. What's up, Ink? It is going to have to. That's fine. I mean, I'm just coming back into the pits. I already finished my stint. Yeah, I'm out of fuel. I just ran out of fuel. So we're boxing. There we go. 129 on the board, though. That's pretty good. First stint without traction control. So I'm happy with it. How you been, Ink? How you been? That felt good. That last lap felt really good, actually. And I feel like even then there's still a little bit of time in it because I had a wobble there coming out of the first of the two right-handers. So a busy off-season for both Impact and Advanced, I can imagine. We just hit the off-season for Advanced, I think, if I'm right. Still 22 minutes left in the session. But we've done our time. Let's fast forward through. Playoffs start the 28th. I missed out this season. Okay. 28th is, 3 days away. Wait a minute. Hang on. The playoffs start when people are gonna aren't. I guess. I don't know. My point was going to be, have they at least given space in the playoffs for IEM Dallas, like, you know, or DreamHack Dallas, if you would. So, I think there's a little overlap. Oh, Jesus Christ. But not for playoffs. Okay. Okay. Senna finished 10th. Mercedes are 2 and 3. That's a concern for me. But not for players for the main event. I just meant for people traveling down there, because you got to figure Thursday's a travel day. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday is the travel day back, right? So. So the 30th, 31st, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Intermediate schedule is gross, though. I can only imagine. Scheduling is not really the forte for ESL. You have to play 13 series in the lower bracket. Yeah, that's absolutely disgusting. Good XP if our team got that deep. That's true. If your team does get that deep too, you don't have to worry about intermediate next season, right? Arguably, you'd be worrying about main. But yes, they did. Shimmer went all the way to basically the lower bracket semifinals, if I remember correctly. So. I think Shimmer's lost the Peaker's advantage, if I remember correctly. So. I know they did make a really deep run. It's huge reps in which, I wish our team had the misfortune for character building. Oh. You wish our team the misfortune of character building? What do you mean? Why? Why would you say the I don't follow. I hope they are forced to play that many series in a row. Oh my goodness me. Fair enough. Just saying the schedule. Yeah, I got you now. I got you. Oh yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah. So, I wish you guys. I hope you guys go far too. I'll say that. This is not a good lap, but it will be good enough to get into Q2. It's cause they want to do 4 seasons in a fucking year, man. When they had 3, the off season was like 3 weeks, and it felt good. But then you had these training seasons because Pro was only 2, and ACL at the time Premier would have been was 3, and you had training seasons and all this other bullshit. And it's one of those things where, like, Yeah, I like a 3-season for a longer off season. Right. But then they didn't line up the pro schedule with that. So teams couldn't promote and relegate directly into it. They had training seasons. It's absolute horseshit. And it's like, well, they're not going to extend the season and make 2 seasons because they want to charge more money. So more league fees. Let's make a 4th season. And now it's absolute ass. It's absolute ass. If they want to take away the volatility in the scene in terms of roster movements, and they want to take away the a lot of the anti-competitiveness that a lot of these seasons have, they will make the first thing they have to do is make sure that teams cannot jump divisions. You only promote once, and you only relegate once. And they chalked ECL format and advanced relegation process. Yeah. Really, what they need to do is abandon skipping divisions. You promote once, you relegate once. That's it. And then make it 2 seasons and make the seasons longer. Make the seasons like 20 games instead of 16 or 14. Just make it 20 games. Make it last like 10 weeks. The playoffs can last like 5-6 weeks then. That's 32 weeks of the year. You've got 2 player breaks at 5 weeks. That's 42 weeks. So that's most of the year covered. And then you can just tinker from there. You can make the season even longer if you want. Make it like 12 weeks. Have them play 24 games. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, teams don't get together that long or blah, 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 blah. That should not be ESL's concern nor problem. Like, the teams will have to figure it out. You know what I mean? If they want to play, they'll figure it out. So. But they won't do that because they'll lose so much money going from 4 league fee charges a year to 2. But. Or they just move to what Brazil has. Brazil's like, also, if you're good enough, you can afford a roster change if necessary. Exactly. All these teams that reform and open just so that they can play 1 season and go straight to advance makes no fucking sense. Like, it makes no sense on any of the other teams in open that are actually trying to improve. You know? If you can't recover from roster change, that's a skill issue and you shouldn't be there. I agree.
5 minutes left for this.
I agree. I understood the issue, for example. I completely understand the issue that the old format of the Mountain Dew League created with having 20 teams play 24 best of ones. And you had essentially, with like 5-6 games left, you had teams that were dead and buried and out of it, playing games, willing to throw games for money. Like, I understand that was a problem, right? And that the format is partly a origin of that problem, right? But I think if you make teams play a longer season, they're more likely to try and work on their own improvement versus just completely falling apart. And if they fall apart, then they fall apart. Like, if a team dies 2 months into a season that lasts 4 months long, you know, they have to wait 2 more months before they play competitively again. That's a good amount of time to be on the sidelines. So, you know, players will think twice about just completely abandoning or blowing up a project. There'll be a growing pain period, right? They'll blow up teams. Like, if you change to that the first few seasons, they'll blow up teams, and then they'll bitch and be like, on Twitter especially, and they'll be like, why do I have to wait 2 months just to play competitively in a league again? Blah, 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 blah. But, you know, they'll adapt. They'll figure it out. Kovalainen got in the queue too. Wow. I didn't even realize that. Nothing out of the ordinary, though. So. I have it on easy mode. You farm this quality sesh? Yeah, it's on easy mode just because I'm trying to learn how to race without assists. That's my main prerogative here, is really trying to adapt to no assists. And also, at the same time, complete the old F1 games that I bought and never played. So, true, I played F1 22 and really struggled without anti-lock. Anti-lock took a bit to adjust to. I still lock up from here to time, right? But I'm a little bit better with it. But traction control has always been the biggest beast for me to tackle. It's been really difficult for me to tackle. So, last season I turned it on mid from full. And this season I'm going to race with it completely off. So, I get the new one on Tuesday. So, Conriddle with the raid. Traction control can lose time as far as I know. So limits ceiling if correct. No, you are actually. Hey, Jay Wilco. What's up, Jay Wilco? You are actually quicker without assist, and that includes. Thank you so much for the raid, by the way, Conriddle. Welcome to the stream, everybody. You actually are much quicker without the assist, Inc. You just have to get used to it, and I've never spent the time to do that in any racing game. So I'm kind of just trying to test that in the waters right now in F1 2012. Yeah, I race like I could die. I mean, I just enjoy the track, but it's also about trying to improve. I don't know if that 133 is going to be quick enough. Oh, fuck. You guys just got the ads. Whoops. That sucks. It should have auto-snoozed, but I guess it didn't. I suck at tight tracks. What, like Monaco? Everybody does. Everybody does. What are you talking about? So, that is enough for pole. We're on pole. So, like Jeddah and Spa the most. I suck at Spa just because the elevation changes at Spa are actually the most difficult. Thank you for the follow, Conriddle. I appreciate it. The thing with Spa is the elevation changes actually make the curbs way more deadly than they should be. If you look at Pujon, if you look at No Name, if you look at not Brussels so much. Hey man, I'm gonna have to dip as I was live for like 9 hours, but I hope you have a great stream. Thank you so much, Conriddle. I appreciate the raid. God bless. You enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope to see you around sometime soon. I'll stop by your stream as well and check you out when I'm done, obviously, right? So, but have a great rest of your evening. Shout out to Jay Wilco for suggesting you. Appreciate you, brother. Take care. Appreciate Jay Wilco as well, who stopped by last night and today. No, I think the thing with Spa for me is the elevation changes. Like, obviously the big one's Eau Rouge, the most extreme, but Church actually can be really tricky because you get a little bit of understeer there and it wants to throw you wide at or Chapel instead of Chapel. But Con's stream was amazing. What he streamed? Let me know what he streamed. But No Name and Pujon specifically or especially is really difficult because the moment you touch the inside curb, like, shoo, you're gone. So bus stop is always also a particular difficulty because it's very trying to get platinum on straight. Oh boy, that can be difficult. I've heard. Spa's a lot of fun in live races, but not so much in solo. See, I'm not a fan of the track. Jeddah is fun in live races or not. I'm not a fan of either track, actually. I'm not huge on Jeddah. I think it's a pretty boring street circuit. I think let's go on to a fresh set of primes, and then Jeddah's like a roller coaster. Yeah, that's true. I think. By the way, welcome back everybody from the ads if you got them. I know Ink and all you guys didn't because you have Prime, but I don't like Jeddah because it's not. There's not enough room to pass. You really can't race side by side at Jeddah. You know, through the third sector, maybe down to straight to turn one, maybe, obviously, but totally the reason, Kappa, yeah. Like down into turn one at Jeddah, you can race side by side. Through the third sector, a little bit. The whole rest of the track is just. You're right. It's a roller coaster. It's worse than Hungary in the constant left, right, left, right, left, right. Did you see the FA Cup final? I watched the second half. So I saw United won. They're still not going to keep Ten Hag. And to me, United winning is the lesser of the two evils. But I can't stand either club. But I did see it, yes. Hungary has too much lift, which is such an unnatural feeling. Yeah, a little bit. I don't mind Hungary though. They totally outplayed Cities. They did look good, actually. Yeah, City looked like they were already in vacation mode. So, Hungary. I like though, Ink. I respect Hungary, but physically struggle in the middle section. It's tricky. I struggle in the first section, especially that turn. Turn 2, I get a lot of understeer on, and I tend to run way wide. And turn 4, that sharp left-hander that you have to try and take it like 6th gear. Yeah, I struggle with that one too. And then going up the hill right after that in 5th, it's like the car just never. I never get it like. I rarely get it right. Like I rarely get it like spot on. You know. Give me 1 second here. Oh wow, that's still going. Okay. I'm just checking the score of the Union game real quick. Is it 0-0? I think it's 0-0. Yeah, 0-0. So. Still thinking about that goal from last night. Oh, that goal was amazing, by the way. Whew. I posted it in a few FM discords. I'm like, whoo, whoo, whoo. I meant to post it in the CLG one, and I didn't, but maybe I will. What did this say? The Blast Fall Showdown NA Open qualifiers are set to start on Wednesday the 29th and currently have 0 signups on Gamers Club. Here's the link. Well, that's because the 29th is the travel day for most people who are going down to freaking IAM Dallas. So that goal was very special, though. I will give you that. So, but yeah, Jeddah, Spa, not fan. Spa, particularly, I don't like. Jeddah, I don't like. But have a good rest of your stream. All right, Ink, take care. I installed the Saudi database and started this Al Nassar, or is it Nasir? That's interesting. I don't think I'd ever play as the Saudi teams, to be honest with you, no matter who they sign. So, Jeff, I get no message before the race starts, Jeff. No, hey, welcome to a new season. It's just, hey, go. Oh, you're coming up on the inside. Woo, no, go away. Mbappe, Ronaldo, and Messi up front. How'd you get Messi on that side? So, but I guess those clubs have more money than God, so really, I should have expected that you'd be able to sign him. I was gonna say those clubs definitely have more money than God. $300 million transfer budget, Jesus. That's insane. Guess what my transfer budget in my FM10 save is, by the way, Jay Wilco. My offline FM save in FM10. You want to know what my transfer budget is? What's the budget? Zero. Zero. Literally nothing. We're not allowed to spend a single dime on players. Oh, I've cooked it. I locked it and cooked it. You know what it is? I'm not used to all the fuel in the car, and there is quite a bit of it. So, how long have you had FM10 for then? So obviously I bought it in 2009 when it came out, but I've only been playing, and I put back in 2009, 2010, 2011. I racked up about 1,060 hours in it. So I've been playing it recently, and it's a brand new save in FM10. But I'm into, I think, December. I'm almost to Christmas in my first season in FM10. So I've only been playing FM10 for maybe, like, I've only restarted FM10 for like maybe 2 weeks. So looking at FM10 or FM12 codes, to be honest. Yeah. I have both on Steam. I have 12 installed as well. I might pick that up again sometime. So that's good. I have 16 installed as well. That's my favorite game out of the series. But FM10 is difficult. I really struggled. I had 13, but it just broke. Like, I like 11. Oh, I heard 11's good, and I just skipped a year because back then when I was buying sports games, that's what I did. I bought every other year. So I bought 2K7, 2K8 for like baseball and stuff on the Xbox, and then I stopped buying them, and I bought 10, and then I bought like FIFA 10, and then I bought FIFA 12, and I bought WWE 10, 2K10, right? And then I bought 2K12, 2K14. So I just did that with my sports games back then, because I'm like, I don't need to spend money on these every year. Every other year will be fine. So I didn't actually get the chance to play 11. Cooked it. I bought the code for FM11 about 2-3 years ago. Nice. It's drastically different, I know that. £4? Jesus. That's cheap. So, but I will say it's way more difficult. Like I started the league 11 unbeaten, right? And we were flying. We were top by 4 points, I think. And right after going 11 unbeaten, I went winless in 8 straight. And we dropped to 5th in the league. And it's difficult. And every time I talk to somebody about it, especially like other streamers, they're like, hold a team meeting. You got to hold a team meeting. And I'm like, I think you mentioned that, yeah. And they were like, hold a team meeting. You got to hold a team meeting. And I'm like, it's FM10. There are no team meetings. You just have to fucking suffer through it. Like, you don't get another option. So, but what has happened is during that stretch, I had 5 starters injured, and I was rotating players out because I had the FA Vaz and I had the Combined Counties Premier Cup, right? And I also have the Combined Counties Division 1 Cup, but that there's so little teams in it. They play like 2 months apart in the rounds, right? So anyway, I had the combined counties Premier Cup and the FA Vaz, and I rotated players out of the games in the league to prioritize the cups, and we advanced in the cups, but it meant that like I had to rotate out four games to our backups, and I've signed 11 players so far this season. The backups are literally who was on the club when I got them, because the club was expected to finish 21st out of 21st, or 21st out of 21. So literally the players that were there on the club when I started were terrible. So I can send you a link to FM11 one. I'm all right. I'm good. I have enough older versions of FM. I have 10, 12, 16, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and I'm going to get 25. So I have enough versions of FM, if I'm honest. I appreciate the offer, though, but nah, I'm good. So definitely getting 25. Yeah, me too. I hope my save port's over, the CLG save. So I haven't decided if the save doesn't port over. I haven't decided if I'm going to start from scratch or just continue on FM24. I'll think about it. So Grosjean second, Schumacher third. We'll see how the cars stack up this season, by the way. Lotus were really strong last season at the start and fell off a cliff about halfway through. What do we call it? Mercedes were a little bit weak. They were like the fourth best car, and then they absolutely stormed into second by the end of the season. And McLaren were really strong in spurts. I forgot about Michael Schumacher. Yeah, he's in this game. So this is the last game he's in, if I remember correctly. I think the next game is going to have like Daniel Kvyat. I'm not sure if the next game will have Daniel Kvyat actually, but I think F1 23 has a few roster changes. Schumacher is one of them. I think Bruno Senna's gone. He might be gone after 13. I don't know, but I think one of the teams is gone as well. I don't think it's Marussia. I think it's either Caterham or HRT folds. So I'm doing good though. 137.906. That's pretty decent. So but what I'm excited for in FM25, if they do finish it, is the women's pyramid. And seeing how they do that. I only play F1 Manager, so the normal F1 games, do they have legends? The newer ones do, yes. And you can sign them to be your teammate. So like in F1 23, you can sign Bruno Senna, or not Bruno Senna, sorry, Ayrton Senna, David Coulthard, Jensen Button, Sebastian Vettel, Niki Lauda. So, R.I.P. Senna, I know, my favorite driver. He was amazing. Woo! So, favorite right now is Verstappen. Get out. Get out. I don't know if I have a favorite driver. because it was Kimi and I really liked Vettel. I would say my favorite driver right now is either Fernando Alonso or I do like Alexander Albon as well.
You're putting a good distance between yourself and the car behind.
But trying to think of who else is in Formula One I really like right now. Yeah, Sainz I don't mind. Lando I kind of like. Lando's okay. I wouldn't say I'm a Lando fanboy or a Lando fan. I know other people really like him, really like him, and I don't mind him. Don't get me wrong. But there's other, like, I like Alonso more. I don't mind Hamilton. I don't mind Bottas. I can't stand Stroll. I absolutely hate Stroll. I really like Sergio Perez as well, but he's at the end of his career anyway. But I like Sergio Perez for a long time. What about Verstappen? I'm not. I appreciate his talent. I think he's a phenomenal driver. I think he's one of the best drivers the world has ever seen. And in my book, a lot of people's book, he'll probably go down as the greatest ever. In my book, he'll probably go down as the second greatest ever, next to Ayrton Senna. By the time his career's done, I just think he's a bit of a hothead.
We've looked at the numbers
And
will pit within the next 5 laps.
I don't know. He's good though, and he's good for a reason. Like he devotes everything to his craft. I mean, he plays iRacing. I think that's cool. I think he's a genuine guy. I just think when he gets on the track, he's so aggressive. So, but I'll say, in terms of talent, he's definitely worth his weight in gold, though. So, I mean, I'm getting bored of seeing him win, but that's not on him. I can't hate him because I'm sick of seeing him win. So, I said on my Snap story who was the GOAT of F1. My mate said Hamilton, and I said, nah, it's easily Senna. It's Ayrton Senna.
Schumacher's half a minute behind you.
I mean, Hamilton's amazing. Schumacher's amazing. Don't get me wrong. Fangio. If you're doing any sort of top 5 or 10 list, those 3 drivers have to be on there. Prost as well. But Hamilton is even third. What, behind Schumacher or behind Verstappen? I would put Hamilton. I would put him third too, behind Schumacher. So. Just because the car is so dominant, like. I meant not even third, neither is Verstappen. Yeah, I think Verstappen's not third yet. I think he will get there. I mean, at the rate he's going, he'll be a 6, 7, 8-time world champion, I think. But to me, the car's dominating for too long. Like, I know Schumacher, the car was dominant. Don't get me wrong. He won what? Oh, he won 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, right? He won. Did he win 2004? Schumacher? I think he won 5 straight, didn't he? I thought it was 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, and 2004. And then Alonso was 2005. 2006, Kimi 2007, Hamilton 2008. I think that's it. But so I know between 2000 and 2005, yeah, Schumacher dominated, but there were some amazing drivers in that era. I mean, he had to beat the likes of Jacques Villeneuve. He had to beat Mika Hakkinen was racing at the time. Absolutely amazing driver in his own right. Damon Hill was around during the Schumacher years. Like, he had to beat Damon Hill. He raced during when Prost was at the dusk of his career. He raced when Senna was right before Senna was trying to. So he raced in an era where there were a lot of amazing drivers. You know, Nigel Mansell as well. Hunt is maybe fourth. I would put a few other drivers before Hunt, to be honest. My top 5 would probably be Ayrton Senna number 1, Schumacher 2, I would probably put Hamilton. I would maybe even put him 4th behind Prost. And then Hamilton 4th, probably Fangio 5th.
We estimate that Schumacher should be pitting in the next 4
And then I would say maybe Lauda 6th. I think Jim Clark deserves to be in the conversation because he died young like Senna. But Jim Clark was a freaking amazing driver. If I remember correctly, Clark died at Monza, the old track. His car just flew off into the woods around Monza on the old circuit. But by the time he died, which I think was in '66, he had won his second title the year before, I think in '65. And he was leading, he was just so quick. He was so unbelievably quick. If he didn't die at Monza, he died at the Nürburgring. One of the two. But of course you have who else in that conversation, by the way? Nelson Piquet Sr. needs to be in that conversation as well for top 10. The F1 doctor wanted Senna to pull out. Yeah, Sid Watkins. Yeah. I remember I watched the documentary. It was excellent. I read a bit about it as well. I know he tried to convince Senna to retire and go fishing with him. But something compelled Senna to keep going. So, but yeah, his death and Earnhardt's death were probably the two toughest deaths I've in sports. Already 12 laps in. That's purple, by the way. 136.920. We are stopping in 6 laps. Who was the other one you said? Owen? No. In terms of what? Top 10 or the other death in motor racing? Earnhardt. Dale Earnhardt Sr. who died at the 2001 Daytona 500.
You're increasing the gap to the car behind by
He was a phenomenal driver. He was known, they called him the Intimidator. And he really would bully you on the track. But he was well loved outside the track. And, yes, I thought you said Owen Hart. Oh, no. But his death as well. I was just getting into wrestling when he died. So, his death was really tragic. So, I was thinking he wasn't a motor racer. No, he wasn't. He was a wrestler. But he died in, what, 92 or 93 at No Way Out. I can't remember which year. But I was very young when he died. Very, very young. 99! He died in 99. Wow. 99 over the edge. Wow. Later than what I thought. I had just gotten into wrestling then. I got into wrestling around... Oh, no. I got into wrestling around 95, so I love WWE. WWE's good now. There was a period where it was really shit. Like, really shit. But it's pretty decent now. Whoa. King and Queen of the Ring was today. Was that a pay-per-view? 2019 that was. Wow. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll always like the King and the Ring tournaments. It used to be annual. Way back in the day. But, oh, these tires are starting to lose a little grip. We're going to box in 5 laps, sorry. Hopefully the tires hold on that long. I still can't believe Cody beat Roman for the WWE title. What an amazing match, by the way. I can't believe they held WrestleMania in Philly. I'm getting over it. I'm like, oh my god, WrestleMania's coming to my home city. So
You're coming up on a group of slow-moving cars. Try to park.
they should experiment, honestly, and hold WrestleMania 1 year overseas. Can you imagine? Can you imagine WrestleMania at Wembley? That would have been... I've genuinely thought Ambrose was back with the Shield. UK Mania? That'd be... The place would go bonkers!
The guy behind has had a set of prime tyres fitted to the car, going for a longer stint by the look of it.
So... They should hold it at Wembley, I'm telling you. Nah, Anfield. Wembley. Wembley holds a lot more, mate. With all due respect. Anfield's a good shout, but... there's a... I don't know, man. I would pick Wembley. But I think WrestleMania was good. I was lucky enough, Wilco, very, very lucky enough
About a minute on the car behind. We don't need to be going so fast.
to grow up as a kid in Philadelphia, because I don't know if you know, but on local TV out here, Channel 48, which was not a regular television station. You had NBC, ABC, CBS, and Fox, which were the big television companies in the U.S. They still are, right? But then you had a local channel, Channel 48, only available in the Philly area and southern New Jersey. And about 2-3 nights a week, they broadcasted ECW, and that is what I watched getting into wrestling as a kid. And it was amazing. Nothing has ever come close to ECW in the 90s. You lucky man. 100% I was lucky. So. It was just a completely different product. You would just turn on the TV on a Saturday night. There's guys hitting each other over their heads with chairs, Singapore canes. It was great. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I convinced my dad to buy. I love going back to watch ECW. Yeah. The crowd was insane too. I would watch WWE then after I started watching ECW, right?
Quite a few
And I was a kid, so I had to hide, like secretly watch ECW in my room, because I know my parents wouldn't appreciate it, right? Because I was only like 10 at the time. But I I would watch WWE with them, right, or WWF back then, and we got a pay-per-view every once in a while, and ECW decided to come out with a pay-per-view, and I convinced my dad to buy it, and I was like, oh, it's just like WWE. I said, but it's local to the Philly area. It's a local thing. And he said, okay. And we bought the ECW pay-per-view right in the height of the Sabu and RVD rivalry, and I would watch that, and then the people hitting each other over the head with like a cheese grater. And my mother was like, I have to go to bed. I can't watch this. I can't believe you bought this. And I was like, this is awesome. So I loved it. I had WWE, TNA, ROH, and New Japan, stuff like that. Oh, nice. New Japan's really good as well. I really like New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm about to sneeze. Oh, sorry. Had a big sneeze. Sneezing fest. I love early ROH. Early ROH was good. Yeah, I remember early ROH. Like 2008, 2009 I watched a little bit of ROH. The indies are my favorite. So happy AEW is around now. Yeah, AEW is a pretty quality product. But the WWE has done better as well. Like NXT has been good. And what they've done with that product and brand originally was very good. I think the company's got a whole new look under Triple H running the product, and I think it's a much needed fresh, take on wrestling. Darby Allin came out with a flamethrower on TV. Oh my God! Good Lord! A flamethrower? Good Lord! That's like that reminds me when they used to come out with the beer trucks and stuff for Stone Cold. Except a little bit more extreme. That's good. I love Swerve, Darby, and Ospreay. Okay, yo, big man on campus. What's up, my man? How you doing, boss? So, a fellow AEW enjoyer, respect, nice, yeah. I don't really watch wrestling anymore, unfortunately, but Jay Wilco was on top of his shit, man. So all the credit to Jay Wilco. But yeah, it's been about a year or two since I stopped. I watch intermittently, I'll put it that way. Usually the Rumble, usually WrestleMania. Here and there I'll catch a New Japan Pro Wrestling show. All right, yeah, it's all Jay Wilco, mate. He's in chat. But yeah, I mean it's a good product. I'll put it that way. It's a good product. So. Yeah, I'm loving the wrestling. So yeah, how's the stream? Stream's good. I'm practicing. I'm trying to learn how to race without assists. So I've been playing old school F1 game because I bought them all and I never played them. So this is my attempt to actually finish playing some of the old F1 games I bought. What was I gonna say? I also want to learn how to race without assists. So each season in F1 2012, I've taken an assist off. So season 1, I did full assists like I used to race. Season 2, I took automatic gearbox off, and now I shift manually. Season 3, I took anti-lock brakes off. Season 4, I took traction control down to mid. And now this is the first race of Season 5 where traction control is completely off. So I'm trying to get good, because I used to race with, now Unleash, yeah, I used to race with a fellow CS commentator of mine called Snicky, and we plan on playing the F1 24 game together that comes out next week. But we did co-op career mode for F1 23, and I had quite a bit of pace, I will say that, but not like they did. They were really quick. But I had good pace for somebody who uses assists. So I was like trying to get to a point where I could be as quick as them. And maybe not use assists, and really, like F1 2021, I could beat the AI on like 65%, but I couldn't get any quicker. And the latest F1, I could compete with them on like 91, but I needed 110 is the max, and I want to get to there. I want to get to that point. Cody versus Logan Paul at King and Queen in the ring was quite good, though. It was. I knew Logan would have the brass knuckles. Yeah, I saw that he just wrestled.
You're not racing the car ahead. He's going to have to move over an extra pass.
Just dive up the inside of Perez. There we go. That was clean, though. But yeah. Going through the motions of F1 12. I have 13 installed, and I've preloaded 24 on. So I actually have a stream schedule on Twitch that is accurate and up to date through the early part of July, and it has F1 24 built into those that stream schedule. So, for example, Tuesday when it comes out, we'll be playing it. Thursday, before the actual rest of the non-pre-orders get it, we'll be playing. Friday, when it's actually full public release day, we'll be playing it. Wednesday, no stream because I'm at the football. I may give F1 Manager 24 a go. I played 22 and it was really hard for me. I heard 23 is not really that good, but I never bought it anyway. And I might not buy 24 because I'm just not interested in continuing the F1 Manager series. I'm just not really interested in it. Yeah, the result was solidified when Logan took out the U.S. title in the contract, but still a solid match. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I never really played F1 22 Manager like immensely, so yeah, it made me say, well, the obvious. Well, this is obvious. Oh, okay. It's mad, but with the customization for 24, I'm feeling good about it. Well, maybe you might have just convinced me to buy it, actually. We'll see. I tend to be pretty ass at those games. I'm really looking forward to F1 24, but also FM 2025. Yeah, you can create your own team. Oh, an F1 24 manager? Yeah, look, that sounds nice. That would be neat. Yep, that would be neat. So, I'll probably pick it up now that you mentioned that. But again, I didn't really play it a lot. I actually have been going back and I've been playing a lot of older games. I actually just played off stream. I played through a game of Hearts of Iron 2. I just seen a video of Tanahashi dancing. Oh, wow. But I hope you have fun for F124. I do, too. The early videos coming out suggest it's going to be probably one of the worst releases to date. And that is not, I am not looking forward to that. But we'll see. We'll see if they fix the issues. Oh, the EA effect continues. Honestly, the F1 23 game and 22 games when they came out were horrendous. Horrendous on release. 23 eventually got there. 23 was good. Eventually they patched it and it was okay, but the whole thing with the pit coins that you have, like, you know, in the game, and the paywall, like the VIP pass and the paywall shit, it's all like pit coins. Yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah. Yeah, they have content you have to buy with pit coins, and then you can only get pit coins by racing a shit ton or paying them. And yep, it's the old EA effect, the typical EA effect. So that is rough. Yep. Looking forward to Gunther winning the World Championship at SummerSlam. Agreed. Nice. Yeah. It's did you see the news? EA is debating putting ads in their games. And I'm not talking about ads like they have here where they're all over the racing boards. I mean like non-skippable ads. Like you play a game of EAFC, and when you click to go back to the menu screen, or you click to go back to your career menu, or whatever you want to call it, you have an ad plays. As an EAFC player myself, they had the effect so much at its worst this year. I know! EAFC was absolute trash this year. They did this before in UFC and it got huge backlash. Well, they want their money. It's never about how much money they make. It's never about quality product. It's just how much more money can they make. So, but honestly, if they learned anything, and I mean anything, from Twitter, from Snapchat, room for growth, my ass, exactly. If they learned anything from Snapchat, if they learned anything from Twitter, ads and relying on ads as a revenue stream is not a profitable business model, nor a good one. So, the only people that have been able to make ads work to their favor is Google. But that's because you can pay them to get ad-free viewing on YouTube. So it's literally either the adverts are going to pay them or the end consumer, one of the two. I'll be lurking, but enjoy the rest of the stream. Good person. All right, take care. Enjoy. If I don't see you again, enjoy the rest of your evening. And if I don't see you before the end of the weekend, have a happy holiday weekend. Enjoy Memorial Day. Oh no, I've just realized it's going to be Nia Jax versus Bayley. What? What's going to be Nia Jax? What, the main event or at SummerSlam? Yeah, isn't there going to be at both though? Like the women's and the world championship title matches? Woo! So. That's going to be one of the women's title matches. Gotcha. When is SummerSlam? Is SummerSlam next month? I'd imagine it's next month. End of next month, right? So. Car feels really good, I'll say that. August 3rd, okay. I at some point have to shut the blinds because the sun is going down and it's pitch black. Don't really need anybody looking in here. So I do need to get up and shut the blinds. When's the box? Oh, not for another 12 laps. Let me stand up and close the blinds. When are the ads? They're in 10 minutes. I'm gonna take a pee break. I'll be back in about 3 minutes. Where's the music? I'm gonna pause the music real quick. I'll be back in about 3 minutes. I'm gonna run the ads. I'm gonna close the blinds. I'm gonna use the restroom. Tell you what, it was. Whoop, Where am I here? Yeah, there we go. Tell you what, it was good to just stretch the legs at a minimum, right? Like, it was good to just do that. Let me resume that mix from Al McKenzie, which is almost complete, by the way. So, and then let me just refresh. I have a web page to refresh real quick. Claim. There we go. There it is. There it is. Oh, sorry. My bad. Sorry, I got caught up looking at something real quick. Just have a quick check at the Twitter for the score. Oilers are at 1-1 after the first period, and the Union are still 0-0 at Charlotte. Okay. Fair enough. That's where we're at. Let's get back into it, shall we? We are about... Whoa! Whoa. I forgot where I was on the track. We're approaching the halfway mark. Put it that way. But so far, first race without TCS is doing... I'm doing well. I'm happy about it. Obviously, other tracks are going to be way more testing, like Suzuka, Coda, or Austin. Young Gam is going to be a real big test. Sepang will be a difficult test. Sorry. And then Shanghai. Shanghai should be a good test as well. Spa will be. Canada might be as well, actually. I think Silverstone should be fine for the most part. Monza should be fine for the most part. Wood will be tricky in parts, but should be okay for the most part. Overall, should be okay. Bahrain should be all right. Turn 10 is really going to be the only turn 10, 4, 5. 4, 5, 8, and 10 should be the only real areas where you can trip up. Maybe turn 1 or 2 as well. So. Higher, 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 higher. I think these 20-some laps will be about an hour. For the 33 laps that we have left, about an hour. We'll get into Football Manager, of course. Sorry. So you'll have time for Football Manager tonight. Yeah, I got 2 hour 45 minute left, so I would say that's enough. Getting to about 1 or 2 games of football, but probably 1, because we do have to process through 2 weeks. So. Feel we should be okay till the end of the race. If I can remember to kick it in the lean during the pit stops, I think we'll be okay.
Raikkonen should be coming in for
locked it
tyres
up.
within the next 4 laps.
Gotta get back. Okay. Oh man. The heartburn and indigestion are killing me tonight. Mainly the indigestion. But oh, burn. You gotta be quicker, mate. me a second. Yeah, it's bad tonight. Oh God. Oh well. Oh God, send us P15. What's going on, Bruno? Just bringing it up now, unfortunately. Unfortunately. It's the way it is, living the way I do and with what I have. Oh, the mix is about to end. That's the end of the mix. Finally got past it. We'll get into the next one in a moment. Woo. Oh boy. Please Schumacher let me go by. Whoa! Ah, shit. Okay. This is. There we go. I'm definitely not as quick as like previous seasons, I think, but you know, it's still feels good. Still nice to race without traction control. Let me load the next, or would have been the next, the Future Sound of London. Did they already do? They did one. Okay, so they did one, and the mix was really odd. But we'll see if this one's any better. I don't think it will be. Sound of London. What is this? What? Give me 1 second here. Oh, That's odd. I had a really odd message. I was like, I don't know if I. Oh, let me see. What is going on in Toronto? Mute tab. Oh, it's 2-2. They still got about a half hour, a little less than to play. How are the Union doing? Still 0-0. 71st minute. So, no. Cancel that. Go here. Oh, my eyesight. Good Lord. There's it. There it is. Go here. Yes, yes. Give me 1 second. I think that's all I needed to do to fix that. I'm looking, and that's all I see that needs my attention. Yes, that's correct. Okay, cool. So go here, go back 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 here. If it would load, there we go. And yes, and away you go. Okay, cool. Now I'm good. Now I'm actually good. Let me just check one other thing. That is not okay. Good, cool. I am actually set. Sorry, I had to handle something. Got a weird message, and had and by weird, I didn't know if it was an account that was. It's one of those ones where it's the account that looks like it's spam, like it's legitimate, but it's actually spam. And I had to do a little bit of research, and it was harder to do so because obviously I have streamer mode enabled on the Discord. So I was like, okay, let me see if I can handle this real quick. So. But we're back. We are halfway through the race, by the way. So.
The guys have looked at the figures. We think that Raikkonen will be stopping in 3 laps' time. Raikkonen stopping in 3 laps' time.
Raikkonen's coming in 3 laps. We are coming in. We are coming in 6 laps. We got 28 laps to go, I think. So, we're getting there. And Definitely not as quick as we usually have been in previous races, but again, it's a learning process. So. Oh God, Carthagena, holy moly. Get the fuck out of the racing line, bro. You can see me coming. You saw Kovalainen. Whoa. Like. It's the first time with DRS, I believe, all race. Oh, and of course I locked the tire. Trying to stick it like it was like one of the practice or qualifying laps. Love tap on Rosberg there. But I think the traffic here is going to basically ruin any attempt at a fastest lap, especially if the rest is just going to try and slow down right on the racing line there. Lock up again. All right. Oh, what am I doing using all my boosts? All my curves. Okay.
Schumacher has just fitted a new set of option tyres to his car.
Lovely. So yeah, 2 o'clock tomorrow is when I plan on streaming. Didn't downshift enough there. Got punished for it. Almost really badly, but we'll be playing more F1. We'll probably do the Sepang race. And then we'll do Football Manager. And then Memorial Day right now I have nothing planned. I do have to do the pod. So. But aside from that. Aside from the pod, I got nothing planned. So, if we do a stream, it'll be a bonus one. Sorry. Surprised we didn't lock up there. Oh. That's a sorry. And yeah, we'll see what we do Monday. Might just be F1. Maybe we stream something alternative like Hearts of Iron. That'd be neat.
The pit window is open. Come in this lap.
Could stream Diablo again. Could stream could stream and Here's My Magic 2. Could stream anything else, really, honestly. Could record Unreal Tournament. That might be an idea. So.
Don't forget, pit in this lap.
Oh, we're boxing. I didn't even realize. I'm boxing on a purple. No! But I'm going to options anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
There's enough fuel to run in high mix mode if you feel
You don't need to tell me that. I'm coming into the pits, mate. You don't need to get on my ass.
Go.
And it's a slow fucking pit stop. Come on, boys.
Watch out for traffic as you join the track.
One stop left.
Your car's fitted with the option tyres. Just one stop to go now.
Woo. Nope. Gonna see if I can get up earlier tomorrow. I actually slept in today. I was supposed to go golfing at 6 and I missed my tee time. I slept into 11 because I couldn't fall asleep to freaking 2 a.m. Or not 11, sorry, 10. Oh boy. This is going to be, it's a pretty odd mix so far, but it's going to continue to be. It's Future Sound of London. But I'm going to give it a listen. And then we're going to probably not look at any of the songs in the playlist. Usually I do both. But this mix is mostly the Future Sound of London's own works. And I'm not really too interested in it. we go, purple.
Losing 2 seconds a lap to the car behind.
Losing?
2 seconds.
No, that's because I came into pit last lap, mate. So watch me whip this lap. Now watch me nay-nay the next lap. That's terrible. I'm going back to the normal. That was fucking atrocious. So, if you're on YouTube watching the VOD, I'm sorry, motherfucker. But we are going to do, like I said, Euro watch-alongs once they start, which will be about 3 weeks. So looking forward to that. Bam, 133.1. The option just feels so much better. I ran too wide there. Well, we're doing okay. Got 21 laps to go. I was exactly half a second off that lap. Exactly half a second off from my purple. Going for a purple lap here. Let's go. Oh, just dipped into the grass. I didn't mean to do that.
We think that Grosjean is due to pit soon. He should be pitting within the next 5 laps.
Just trying to really hug the inside, even more than the racing line does. Feels good. That lift would have cost a little, but 132 maybe? Yes, 132.468. We got into the 129s in quality, I think, or in practice at least on primes. Nice. 19 to go. A little wide there, a little more wide than it needed to be. That's for sure. Oh, overcooked. Okay, we're good. I wonder, by the way, I'm curious. Does the J League and the A League and the K League have U.S. broadcasters? That's what I'm curious of. You know? I don't think their seasons are ongoing, are they? I think their seasons are done. Yeah, Australia's maybe not, but I gotta look that up, by the way. Does the A League and the K League and the J League have English broadcasters? Is it on Galazzo? CBS Sports Galazzo? They love fucking up their Asian coverage, though, that's for sure. Oh, had to go down to first just to make the corner. I overshot it.
Bruno has just pitted. Bruno's in the pits.
Okay, Bruno's pitting. We pit soonish. Yeah. Options feel good though, for the most part. Oh God, Hulkenberg right in the racing line.
Button should be due a tyre change within a couple of laps.
We got 5 until we box. So we'll be on one more set of options, and that'll be that. Lost all grip on that left tire because I put it in the grass. Oh boy. Getting a message. Hold on. Just realized my mic was muted. Sorry, I was looking at the Union score. 0-0 that finished. Donovan had a chance late, and then Charlotte did right at the end. So.
You're coming up to a lapped car.
Whoa!
When overtaking.
I don't know if that's debris or the bollard. I don't know. That's something.
Curve is offline. We're currently looking into the problem.
I lost Kurz. That's great. 15 to go. I'm pressing curves like it's there. Ay, ay, ay.
You're pulling out the lead over Raikkonen. He's lapping 3 seconds slower.
We are lapping in 3. We are boxing in 3 laps time. Raikkonen second, Button third. We will see how they go because everybody should have at least one more pit stop left. And that last pit stop should be coming up within the next 5 laps for everybody, really. Or almost everybody, unless you're finishing on the options. But the question is, where will the field be, or how will the field be after that round of pit stops? I think that's the big question. So we just passed Raikkonen. I just took out the Bullard. Vettel's running out of the points. Another season of trouble ahead for Red Bull. They only had 11 points last season.
We fixed the problem with Kurz.
Oh, good. We got Kurz back. Woo. I had to duck and weave a few people there.
There's a large group of slower cars ahead. I think we could consider pitting early so they don't slow you up.
We will be fine, Jeff. Thank you. So where's Bruno Senna running is the question. Is this P14? Yes, it is. P14 for Bruno. Oh, no, the rest of it, you got to get out of the way, son. Come on, Senna, pass him. couldn't use the blue flag to get by him, unfortunately. So he's stuck in P14.
The pit crew are ready for you at the end of this lap. Pit this lap.
We are boxing this lap. Final pit stop.
Button is in the pits.
I think that was Button. It was Button. Grosjean's overtaken him. Grosjean up to third. And now the Lotus are 2-3.
We're ready for you. Box in this lap.
Kovalainen's up to P12, by the way. Is Caterham going to get another point this season? They got a point in season 3. That was their last point. We went season 2 and all of season 4 without points. Here we go. We are right behind somebody. It's one of the Red Bulls we're right behind. A lot of people coming in the box now. Oh my God, such a slow pit stop. Oh my Lord.
There's some traffic at the pit exit. Watch out as you rejoin the track.
No pen, no pen, no pen, no pen! And that was pick. That was... I was picking 23rd. No safety car because these early games didn't. You had to basically, murder somebody on the track to prompt a safety car. I couldn't tell who's in the pits. So. Oop. Sorry. So bad tonight. And, ooh. Nice. I thought we were boxing this lap. Oh no, we've already boxed. What am I talking about? I'm nuts. Oh my Lord. Oh. Alright, 9 to go. Sent up to P11 after the pit stops. That's good, but he needs one more place. Oh, I cooked the turn, but I think that's 10th just in front of him. There might be enough time to catch him. Just might be. I am out here suffering right now. Oh, whoa. I took a swig and almost got pulled into the wall. Hold on, because now that the bottle's empty and I have 2 fans on, the bottle's blowing absolutely fucking everywhere. So, there is that. LA beat Atlanta. Oilers still 1-1 going into the final period. Somebody just commented on my YouTube video, and the whole comment is just bro. Bro, what? Hold on. No. Just checking one more thing here. Just checking my email, actually. Oh my god. My email's blown up. Oh, fuck off. Oh no, okay, that's fine. And that's fine too. I signed up for one thing like a year ago, and they sell the email address to a bunch of different freaking websites, and then those people start sending me junk mail, and I'm like, I can't stand it. And they used to get like 10 of them a day, and I eventually hit spam on enough of them that I'm down to like that they stopped, right? But every once in a while I get one that comes through, and I'm just like, I never signed up for you. Like, just please go away. Like, please. So. All right. Pick his back, repaired his wing. I thought for certain he might have to DNF, but he repaired his wing. He's still in 23rd, which means I believe we do have one DNF. We'll see who that is at the race conclusion. Vettel running into points for Red Bull. It might actually be Weber, by the way. But I don't know who it is. I haven't been paying attention enough to know. We got DRS, and we're in the option, which means it's time to go for a fastest lap. I had to downshift in a second just to make that turn, but I still recovered the speed on the backstretch because of DRS. And a little bit of curse. We are purple. Purple through 2. I just want to check. Did I actually turn the assist off or on? I turned it off. Are we going to go purple? Yes, into the 131s with a 131.843. This feels good. Purple through 2 by 6/100ths of a second. Wow. And then oh, I felt really good. 131.233, another purple. Car feels good. 5 to go. Ran that a little wide there, unfortunately. And this one's going way wide. Oh. Car slid out on me. Woo, okay. Use all my curves for the straight. Here we go. Another. Oh, fucking Kobayashi. Come on, man. I used all my curves for the straight for an attempt for the fastest lap before a faster lap, and then there's Kobayashi there just parking it in the racing line. Go up in the inside of Ricardo. I had to cut that corner a little bit there because of the traffic and just get early on the power. nice. Purple through 2 sectors. Got that. This looks good. Rosberg 6. Okay. But still Lotus second and third. Woo! I got loose there. We'll see. It is purple. 131, 130. Three to go. Rip. Those on Twitch just got the ads. Rip. Whoa! Oh, I've only... Okay. Let me use this one, and then I'll have one left in case I absolutely shank it or something, but... This is going to be our last attempt at a fastest lap, really.
I think this might be our finishing position today, so don't take any risks. Bring the car home.
No, I'm taking a risk right now. There we go. There we go. Purple through 2, that's good. And that is why I saved my last one. No DRS, unfortunately. No purple either. So let's just focus on getting through this lap safely, and then that will be that. It's the final lap here at Albert Park.
Looks like there's a problem with Kurz. The guys are working.
Of course there
on
would
it.
be a problem with Curtis on the final lap. And there it is. The final 2 or 3 turns. To conclude the opening race of Season 5. Oh, I couldn't get it to spin. Anyway, I waited too late. Bruno finished P13. But we have won here in Albert Park. Let's go through the standings. Schumacher DNF'd. Michael Schumacher for Mercedes DNF'd. The two Marussias come 23rd, 22nd with Pick and Gluck. Toro Rosso, Jean-Eric Verne 21st. It's a return to normalcy for HRC. Unfortunately, 20th and 19th with Carthagena and Pedro de la Rosa. Daniel Ricciardo is in 18th for the other Toro Rosso. And then, it's Caterham in 17th with Vitaly Petrov. Sahara Force India in 16th with Paul Resta. Caterham again in 15th with Heikki Kovalainen. And then Sahara Force India in 14th. Again with Nico Hulkenberg, our teammate, finished P13. Alonso for Ferrari finished 12th. Mark Webber 11th for Red Bull. Sebastian Vettel 10th for Red Bull, so that is a point for Red Bull. 9th is Scuderia Ferrari, that's 2 points for them. Kamui Kobayashi, it might be a return to normalcy for Sauber too after last season. Kamui Kobayashi in 8th for 4 points. The Mercedes of Nico Rosberg in 7th for 6 points. McLaren's Lewis Hamilton in 6th for 8 points. And then Sergio Perez, the other Sauber, in 5th for 10 points. So Sauber picks up 14 points. And then it's Jenson Button in the other McLaren in 4th for 12 points. So McLaren picks up 20 points. And then it's the two Lotuses. Roman Grosjean in 3rd for 15 points. Kimi Räikkönen in 2nd for 18 points. Lotus get 33 points on the weekend. We finished with 25, first place. Time in a race, 1 hour, 34 minutes, 4 seconds. 0.944. That is how the drivers are as well. The constructors, Marussia at the bottom, HRT 11th, Toro Rosso 10th, Caterham 9th, Sahara Force India 8th, all not scoring points this opening weekend. Red Bull with a point in 7th, Scuderia Ferrari with 2 in 6th, Mercedes gets 6, they are in 5th, Sauber in 4th with 14, McLaren in 3rd with 20, Williams in 2nd. We are in 2nd on 25 points. It is Lotus at the top to start yet another season in 33. Can they maintain it is the question. They couldn't in previous races, but that is that. That is the race done and dusted. We are ranked 48 now. We are almost max rank. And let us just check the emails. That is not the emails. This is the emails. Fastest lap, first win. And we've got rain on the Friday of Kuala Lumpur. So, and that is our forecast for the next race. But that is Malaysia done and dusted. We have a engineering test as well coming up in that race to maybe improve the car. But that is that. I have to move the overlay around. So a lot of it's going to disappear. I got to launch the game. And I got to take a few minutes to do that. So I'm going to kick it to a BRB screen. We will be right back with Football Manager and some CLGFC. Okay. Oh, hang on. I didn't turn everything on. Hang on. So F1's got to go, and FM has to come on. FM audio, and then it needs to register the game. It finally did. Oh, let me stop recording. I'm sorry. For those of you on YouTube, thank you for watching. I will see you another time. Take care.